It was a scandal in Colonial Heights. The high school softball coach accused by several players and other female students of inappropriate behavior.
He denies the allegations and resigned from the position and retired from his day job as the city's chief of police. Tonight, a problem solvers investigation. Melissa Hippolyte explains the chain of events and tells us why no charges have been filed, even though a special prosecutor believes that a crime was committed.
May of 2021. That's when Special Prosecutor Bethany Harrison says school officials in Colonial Heights were made aware of what she termed inappropriate behavior complaints against the high school softball coach Jeff Faries. Faries was also Colonial Heights police chief at the time. Harrison tells CBS 6 the complaints, which came from some members of Faries' team and some other students at the school, described him as being creepy, too touchy-feely, and sending text messages or social media comments that parents found to be inappropriate and made the girls feel uncomfortable. She says some of the text messages of concern were of the nature of telling the girls he loved them and commenting on their looks. But police were never contacted about the allegations, and Faries remained on as softball coach until he resigned in early February of 2022. A few weeks after that, several teens went to City Councilwoman Dr. Laura Poe.
And it took a lot of courage for them to come forward
to report their concerns.
I had numerous female minors come to me and providing me with testimony, including social media conversations that were rather historical, going back a couple of years, in addition to some text messages.
Poe says she immediately reached out to the Virginia State Police on March 2nd and asked them to investigate.
It was very disturbing to me. What is legal, illegal, criminal, and non-criminal is not really up to me. That's up to the police department.
Harrison, who is the Commonwealth's attorney in Lynchburg, was then asked to be a special prosecutor in the case. When the investigation began, the city manager for Colonial Heights placed Faries on administrative leave. Then, in April, Faries announced he would be retiring as chief. Harrison met with the VSP on May 31st, but after reviewing the evidence, she told Poe on September 12th that, quote, because of the delay in reporting these matters to law enforcement for a criminal investigation, we are beyond the statute of limitations to charge the applicable misdemeanors from these events, end quote. CBS 6 legal analyst Todd Stone says that indicates there was not enough evidence of sexual assault or sexual battery.
It's got to come down to what are the allegations. If the allegations are, he didn't touch intimate parts but touched other parts in an unwanted manner, then that's probably a simple assault, and prosecution would be bound by a 12-month statute of limitations.
The city attorney for Colonial Heights asked Harrison for clarification, writing, "It appears that you are saying that there is evidence that former Chief Faries committed a misdemeanor or misdemeanors, but that the statute of limitations has expired, thus foreclosing your office from prosecuting him for those." She responded that his interpretation was correct.
Certainly this is not an exoneration. So there's certainly what's the behavior of a coach, but there's also what's the behavior of our highest position in law enforcement for the city, which is chief of police. We do expect that our leaders have a certain level of discretion and decorum, and most especially for our chief of police.
Harrison sent a letter to the city manager saying she did not believe the complaints made to school officials back in May of 2021 rose to the level of meeting the definition of abused or neglected child under state law. So she did not believe school officials violated the mandatory reporter law. However, she did make a report to social services herself. Well, the Virginia Department of Criminal Justice Services decertified Jeff Faries earlier this month, but Faries can still appeal that ruling. I reached out to Faries and he declined to do an interview, but in an email, he said he was disappointed by how this was handled by the city and wrote, quote, "I have coached for on and off for approximately 30 years and never had any complaints. This case centered around an alleged hug contact from behind that occurred in a dugout or on the field, either during a game or at a practice in 2021. That is the venue where this occurred. If that was the setting, then other adults and the team, to include my own daughter, would have been present. I have never hugged or made contact with a minor or an adult in an improper manner." Now, I asked Superintendent Dr. William Schroof if the school division considered reporting these allegations to the Department of Education, Social Services, or State Police at the time the complaints came in, and why Faries was not removed in his role as coach at that that time. He said, "This is a personnel matter and I cannot comment further." I also reached out to the chair of the school board, Chris Coleman, but he declined to answer my questions.